Two hotheads on cannabis. The THC Show with Steve Epstein and Mike Cann on unregularradio.com.
I will represent myself. There's no way the judge can keep me from representing myself. And if he thinks I never thought I'd ever be in a situation where I would think that I'd have to have my mouth taped and shackled. But that'd be the only way to keep me from giving my opening statement. I don't care what the judge says. That would be a fireworks at the trial. If, as the judge says, okay, it's the defense's turn, I'm going to stand up. Even my opening statement, when it's time to give the opening statement, I'm standing up and I'm going to walk over to the jury box and I'm going to start talking.
Yep.
I don't even care what the judge says. If he wants to make a mockery of the system, I have to be shackled and taped in front of the jury, then so be it. That would be the process. But I know I have this right, and whether this right is going to be enforced prior to my conviction and prior to the appellate process is up to the judge, because he can shackle me and he can do whatever he wants to do, and we can have our trial. I can sit in jail for a year or two, and then I win on appeal, and we do it all over again. I totally understand exactly how this is going to work. I don't think the judge is that stupid to do that, though. I think the judge will relent and allow me to represent myself, because his peers, his other lawyers, other judges are all going to tell him that he's wrong. You cannot do this. The New Jersey Law Journal, I basically gave an interview to the New Jersey Law Journal basically about Ferretta versus California recently. And I told him, I said, not only does Ferretta versus California say I have a right to, the Supreme Court case Ferretta versus California say I have a right to, I mirror Ferretta now in California in that case, because anyone who's ever read that case understands that Ferretta initially asked to represent himself. The judge said yes. As the case got close to the trial, the judge then revoked his right to represent himself, because Ferretta at the time was arguing some similar things that I'm arguing now, that he thought that he was being done wrong and he was going to speak to the jury himself. And that's what he wanted to do. And the judge in that case removed him. The California Appeals Court sided with the judge. The California Supreme Court sided with the judge. But then when it went to the Supreme Court of the United States, the Supreme Court sided with Ferretta and said not only did he have unequivocal right to represent himself, it solidified the Sixth Amendment right to present witnesses, and it solidified the right of a defendant to choose his own defense. And that's what Ferretta wanted to do. And that was his problem with the Public Defender's Office. He had chosen the way he wanted to defend himself, and the Public Defender's Office did not want to pursue it that way. They had a different idea, and he was convicted. And that was what he argued, that that he was removed. And anyway, the same thing in my case. At this point, I actually mirror Ferretta to the T. Like, there's no way the judge is going to get away with doing this.
Fascinating, Ed. We'll follow you on your website, NJWeedman.com, right?
Yep, NJWeedman.com. And to your listeners, again, there's a link there to order my book. It doesn't say it directly on there about the gift that you receive, but I'm telling you now that every single book that I sign has a bud in it.
And there you go.
You order it from me. I sign it. You can skip to page 82 if you want, but I prefer you read the book, get to page 82, and you really enjoy it.
Yeah. Thanks for the tip.
New Jersey Weedman.
Thanks for being on.
A man that refuses not to he refuses. He's gonna represent himself no matter what. He has been for 20 years.
Unless they want to get a ruling that he's incompetent to do so.
Yep.
Without proving he's insane and dangerous, he's in trouble. Well,
that was quite a phone call. That was a long phone call, but that was
a pretty good interview.
Wow. I mean, this guy is facing 10 years.
Yeah, he's facing 10 years. Whether he'll get 10 years,
it's like it's all down to what he said. I mean, you heard his words. It's like if he gets to represent himself and present to the jury, he's going to get at least 4 or 5 people on his side out of that pool. If it's a public defender, he ain't going to get that, and that's what the whole fight is about right now for him. So we need people to support this guy. Click on his videos, go to his website, buy his book. Go to his act. When he has a court case like he has.
If you're
an
in New
upcoming,
Jersey, when we learn his
get to court.
Actual date, get to court.
Get a video camera. I want to see more videos.
The more people in the courtroom who are obviously there for a defendant make a big, big difference in how the trial happens.
Free New Jersey weed man. That's got to be the new. We got free Mark Emery. We got to free a lot of political prisoners. I think they just freed Dana Beale.
Well,
he's out for a little while. He's got some really bad medical health.
The president doesn't know what the fuck to do, and we'll talk about that after these words from our sponsors and some music.
UnregularRadio.com